Doyle Webb is joining us right now. He is the lieutenant gubernatorial candidate for the Republican Party. Doyle, thanks again for joining us today. Let's talk about COVID-19 and the Omicron variant. We're currently faced with this new variant. What does the state need to do to keep Arkansans safe as far as vaccinations?
Well, I think having vaccinations available is important, having testing available, educating the public so that they can make their choices. Let's stay away from mandates. No mandates. I believe Arkansans are well educated to make decisions on their own. I think having vaccinations available and having tests available is the key for our people.
Do you think the state at any point should mandate vaccinations when it comes to maybe state employees, hospital employees?
No.
Okay.
Period.
All right. Terse answer there, but you made your point clear. What about some social issues? You did mention abortion briefly. What are some of the social issues that you think affects Arkansans? Do we need to look at strengthening any laws or weakening any of them?
Well, certainly we're watching Roe versus Wade in the United States Supreme Court. We have a trigger bill that if Roe versus Wade is repealed, then abortion will be outlawed in the state of Arkansas, which is a tremendous step forward. Socially, I think our key goes back to a good quality of life for families, for children, good education, good educational opportunities, safe schools, safe homes, safe neighborhoods, safe cities.
And you have a couple of opponents. So what makes you the best candidate to be the lieutenant governor of Arkansas?
Well, I think I clearly am. As you know, I was chief of staff for Lieutenant Governor Win Rockefeller. I've actually served in that office for 1,500 days. I have been called on by both Lieutenant Governor Mike Huckabee and Lieutenant Governor Rockefeller in times of crisis. When our state was faced with Jim Guy Tucker not resigning, Lieutenant Governor Huckabee called on me for advice. What could we do? When our country was attacked on 9/11, when Rockefeller was governor, serving as lieutenant governor, but Governor Huckabee was out of state, and he called me, what authority do I have? What can I do? I feel that I'm prepared on day one to serve as lieutenant governor, and should the need arise, to serve as governor. Certainly, I have served in the Senate. I presided over the Senate. I presided over large bodies at the Republican National Committee. I can be a fair arbiter to all the senators, not showing favoritism. And let me say this, I love serving the people of Arkansas. I will be a full-time lieutenant governor. When people come to the Capitol, they'll be able to find me in the office and help them if they're having difficulty with state government. I'm never bored when I'm serving the people of Arkansas.
Well, Mr. Webb, what question would you ask your opponents? What should the voters be asking?
Why do you want to be lieutenant governor? Do you want to be lieutenant governor, or do you simply want to serve as lieutenant governor because you want to run for another office? Is it just a pass-through for you? Are you really concerned about serving the people in that office? Will you use that office for your purposes rather than serving the people in that office? I can give you my answer. I will serve the people. That office will never serve me or my political pursuits.
All right. Doyle Webb, a candidate for Lieutenant Governor of Arkansas with the Republican Party. Doyle, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Una. Thank you.